Did you think that this could be more than friends?
Yeah, back then, yeah.
So towards the beginning?
Yeah.
But is it totally wrong of him to think that there's something between you?
Yes, because I've told him about dudes that I'm talking to. I always unfriend you. I have unfriended you at least 30 times.
Never.
What?
Never. Never.
I wish I could prove it, but I can't, obviously, because we Facebook friends
Never.
now.
Right.
But I have
Never.
deleted you a lot of
Never.
times, Tony.
Never.
All right, let's do this. You ready? Ready.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the main door.
This one?
That
Yeah,
gives
I think
main
you're right. I think you're right. That looks like almost like a side rental.
Yeah.
Chills.
Oh. Oh. She said, come in, the door is open, I'll be right out.
No.
Oh, hold on a second, let me check it out.
This is a stranger's home, Nee.
She invited us in.
This is a stranger's home.
I'm not gonna. Hello? Hello?
I don't like what I'm seeing.
It's very nice.
I don't care. That is so weird. You want to go in there?
Hello?
Of course you do.
Hello?
Marie? Hello?
I'll be right out.
Oh, okay.
She just said she'll be right out.
This is giving Dateline NBC.
No.
And the police are outside and they're gonna come get us.
This is really nice.
Hello? Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Neej.
Hi, I'm Marie.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This is Cammy.
I'm in shock.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Mark.
And I'm Mark.
Yeah, I know.
It's you.
Yeah, I'm obviously Marie, so yeah.
Are you the same Marie that he's been talking to the
Yeah.
whole time?
Yeah.
So it's just always been you?
Yeah.
Wow.
What is happening? You're you.
I am, yeah.
Everything that Mark knows then about you, true. I mean,
Yeah, I haven't like lied to him about anything, like, no.
Are you in a relationship?
No, I'm single.
Okay. Are you similarly feeling a connection to Mark the way I think he is for you over the last few months?
I feel like our whole relationship was just like a game. Like it was just like an in-game thing.
Okay. So it never felt flirtatious
I
or
mean, like in the
romantic?
beginning, like it did. Like we
Okay.
like flirted like a little bit. But like I don't think it was like that big of a deal because it's like a online thing.
Sure, but then you guys took it offline kind of and talked on the phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But is it surprising to you that Mark might have felt like this relationship was a bit more than just a friendship?
I mean, no, like I definitely like get that vibe.
Okay.
But I just felt like we were all just like casual, like we were just like casual online buddies. So yeah.
So Marie,
Yeah.
right? Is that what people call you?
Yeah.
Okay. I've spent the last few days with Mark. I've
Yeah.
heard his side of this.
Okay.
So like, I just want to, what's your story?
I'm from Atlanta.
Okay, so whose place is this?
Just my friends right now. I told them to go and get lunch.
Are you staying here with him or?
Yeah.
Okay, just a friend.
Just a friend. Yeah, no.
And so everything that you told Mark about your interests and likes and dislikes, that was all real.
Yeah.
And you just, from the very beginning, only thought of him as this like sweet guy on the game that you enjoyed talking to.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah. It's kind of a lot. Like, I just think it's like funny that.
Well, surely you understand that for Mark or really any guy, to meet you online, it doesn't take a lot to assume that they might get excited and think like, wow, this beautiful young woman is interested in me and
Right.
this is exciting. And
Yeah, for
even
sure.
just as
I
a
mean,
friend.
in the beginning, like, it was just like fun to play with him. Like,
I mean, if it had just been through the game, that's one thing, but like you guys talked on the phone, right? I mean, you had
Yeah.
like long phone calls.
yeah.
Is it fair to say that like no mystery here that Mark had a crush on you?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
And it sounds like you did make some efforts to like pump the brakes.
yeah.
But do you think you did enough to like very clearly communicate to him like, hey,
Like,
just
we're here now.
I guess not. So it's not totally unreasonable for him to have thought that there was something and some sort of potential future with you, because you never explicitly said, hey, Mark, just so you know, our friendship / even like relationship in the game is just in the game.
Yeah.
Hey guys. So, it seems like we've got a big case of miscommunication here.
Right.
And while misleading, I don't think malicious.
Yeah, I was just like,
Playing a game.
yeah, exactly.
But with someone's heart, you know?
I agree.
Hold on a second. I have an idea. If he's legit, and he's too busy for you because he's focused on his job, like, let's give him some work. If his cleaning company is really a cleaning business, let's book a cleaning. We'll request a booking. If he's out of town, then he won't be able to do it, but maybe he is in town. We can say, hey, here's our address. We need a cleaning.
So you can come appraise.
Right, and maybe he'll say, yeah, let me come over and do an appraisal or something.
Okay.
So what's the plan? Where's the crew?
So you
going?
you guys can all be, I guess. Oh, great. This is perfect. There's a big garage right here.
Okay.
You guys can hang out in here. Listen, and when he's inside, I'll just come and get you. Oh, he said, hello, looks like I'm about 5 minutes away.
We gotta get into position.
Let's go. Cold.
It's cold.
Oh, someone has just got here.
Car has pulled up.
Hey, what's up, man? Radeep. Good to meet you. We spoke earlier, briefly.
What are you doing here?
Similar to what I was doing earlier, which was just trying to kind of get you in a position to maybe want to meet up with Nick, or just kind of answer some basic questions about, I guess, Nick. I don't know what your relationship is like. I only know what he's told me, but he certainly gave the impression that you had indicated that you were interested in him, or at least meeting up with him. We don't like that we had to do it this way, but if you'd like to come inside, I'd love to just chat with you for a second.
Yeah, that's fine.
The good news is, you're you. Nick is here. He's bummed and confused and feels like you guys had a good thing going, and then it kind of sort of got weird and he's not sure why. So if you want to go, you can go, or I can go get him and we can all just kind of hang out here for a minute and clear the air and get some clarity.
Let's meet him. That's
All
fine.
right, so why don't you come on in? I'll go get him. All right, it's him. He's here and he's willing to talk.
Hey, England, what's up?
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
You mad?
This is a lot.
Tammy, nice to meet you. I did catfish you, and I apologize.
This is a lot. I mean, I was just in West Virginia. I came here just to do an emergency cleaning, and now it's all this.
We were supposed to meet when we first started talking. You said you were looking for something long term, and I said I was looking for something long term. And I asked you before I messaged you and asked if you were still interested, and you just don't say anything.
I am interested. I mean, there's just a lot going on. I mean, I have a lot going on with my business, and there may be something that you don't know too as well.
There is something I don't know, isn't there?
Yeah. I've been talking to someone else too, also, just juggling two people.
Wait, so you are sort of in another relationship?
Yeah, I've been talking to somebody, his name's TJ, and we've been talking to him before, started talking to Nick. And I told you about this person before, we stared talking.
Oh, was this your ex that you're talking about?
Yeah.
So he was not actually your ex, you're still seeing him, right?
Well, I mean, it was just a muddy water relationship,
So
I mean,
you had started dating this guy TJ before you met Nick.
Yeah.
And I guess things with TJ had were unclear. You started talking to Nick, and then over the course of the last 2 months, it's kind of been on, so you've been keeping Nick at arm's length.
Yeah.
Long story short, we just wanted to finally get you guys to meet and just talk to you and find out what was up and if he should be hoping to meet up with you. And were you serious when you told him that you were looking for a long-term relationship?
Or was that just a lie?
I mean, maybe just to say it, just to say it, but I wasn't I wanted to at least meet him and be friends.
So you weren't in that moment really looking for a serious long-term monogamous relationship. You were sort of distracting yourself from the trouble you were having with TJ and like thinking, okay, maybe I could meet someone nice and maybe it could turn into something, but like you didn't necessarily think this guy seems great, I want to be his boyfriend.
Right.
Well, choose your words carefully next time.
Yeah, I guess so. It's so much aggravation in you, always just wanting my time whenever
I didn't
I'm busy.
always want. No.
I mean,
I always want
I'm
your
busy,
time.
so like, you know, if I have time and if I'm available to hang out with you, then I can make it. And then I went down to DC, you know, and then I was telling him I have a client that called me, and he's like, well, freaking out why I went down to DC.
I didn't freak out why you went to DC. I was just confused.
At any moment, Jordan might just join the Zoom. Oh. Hello, who's there? Oh. Hi. Who is this guy?
Oh,
what the hell? Oh. You gotta be kidding me. Just casually sits down. This is, wait, just hold on a second. It can't be this simple.
No.
Okay, Jordan, that's you, right?
It's me, completely me.
So, hello.
Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
So can you explain why it took this long to meet up and why we are even involved when it doesn't seem that we need to be?
Honestly, I would say over the last decade, a lot of growth between me and Kay. And I would say that I never really had enough time, you know? I've been busy focusing on myself in regards to investments and stocks. So it's really my goal to like make sure that I have financial freedom. And I never had time to balance a relationship and then try to go after my goals as well. It just didn't mix up as well together.
Okay.
So you're saying we didn't link because of your job, right?
That would be correct, due to, you know, trying to get to the next step in finances for sure.
Okay, I'm trying to get to the next step in finances as well. But I'm still sitting here trying to make time for you. So
I would say in regards to like pursuing things, I feel like, you know, we've only gone so far, mainly because we haven't seen each other.
Well, but she's tried to, right?
Yes, Kaylin has tried, but I've been very busy. I would say for those reasons, you know, it's unmotivating, I should say.
Well, I don't know. You seem pretty motivated in your text messages to Kaylin about being with her,
Giving her some.
having sex with her. You can't meet up with her for an afternoon in Orlando or get on a FaceTime call?
So the best way to put it is literally, once again, I've been very busy. In regards to meeting up, it was completely out of the question because I work 6 days a week. So there's no way for me to just go ahead and take a flight to wherever she is.
No, I know, but you said when she came to Orlando, you said we'll meet up.
Well, are you in Orlando is the question.
So currently I'm in Orlando right now. Yes. I just feel like we never really planned it out.
we did plan it.
Okay. So we did plan it, but once again though, like me being busy, I feel like it just wasn't able to work out.
So you can't give me like 5 minutes of your time. Even with a quick FaceTime call, I'm pretty sure if you work 6 days a week, you have a day off.
Sometimes I don't feel like I have enough time for my own family. So it's not just you. It's not.
So, and you...
Even though, sorry, Nigga, even though I work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week on some Sundays, with 3 kids, you still don't have 1 second for me?
I mean, when you put it like that, it sounds crazy. But overall, from my work schedule, it just doesn't work out.
So when we looked up your phone number, we found it was connected to a girl named Taj Hamill. Do you know who that is?
No,
But I'm a little confused because that's not your name.
it is.
It is your name.
Yeah, it is.
So is Jordan also your name?
No. So Jordan is my nickname. People who are like, you know me personally, you'll call me Taj because you know me on that basis. But other than that though, if you know me in the virtual world, you most likely call me Jordan.
But wouldn't you consider your connection, friendship with Kay to be close enough to tell her your, real name?
There was no need to change anything because I feel like certain relationships, they don't get beyond the internet. So it's like, why tell you my personal information if we're not even gonna carry it along to that further extent?
Like 12 years, for example. Yeah.
So you were going to let me fly out there with me knowing your virtual name?
I'm pretty secretive upon certain things, and I wouldn't say that this is a huge secret of me being Taj, but it's like if you know, you know, and if you don't, you just know.
Okay, and I think when we called you earlier, it sounded like a girl answered the phone.
Yeah, that's just my friend.
Okay. Is that something you do often? Have
What do you mean?
a friend answer the phone? I was just curious. In this case, it was a woman.
Well, I mean, at the time she picked up the phone, so there's not much to say. It's not something that's regular.
But if she's gonna answer your phone, and then I come on and say, hey, is Jordan there? Wouldn't the next thing you'd say be, yeah, hold on, or who's calling, or?
We said Jordan or Taj.
Right,
So
I even
she
said
would
that, right.
probably know you by either name and still hung up the phone.
So, I mean, I'm not sure when you guys called, but at the time, I just was not there. That's the best way to explain it.
You've had a relationship with Kaylin for 12 years. It's okay to tell her the truth about what's been going on.
So, let me talk. You done?
No.
We're not done until you tell us who that girl on the phone really was.
I guess you could say the girl who answered the phone is like my girlfriend.
Finally, the truth comes out.
You understand how, like, all of this sounds. Like, it sounds really bad.
It wouldn't sound bad if you just told me straight up.
When were you gonna tell her that you had a girlfriend?
Well, honestly, we just made things official maybe like a month ago. So, I mean, I probably wasn't gonna say anything for some time, honestly, like.
So you got time, is what you're saying.
Nah, I don't have time.
You're so smart, then you sound so dumb.
The vibe you're giving off right now is like, hey, I've been busy, sorry, I work so hard, I gotta get that money. But like,
Yeah.
But even if that's true, it still makes you sound like an asshole because you're the one who's made it seem as though you're very interested in her and wanted more of a relationship. But I guess you didn't really ever think you were gonna meet up with her anyway, so it was just sort of fun.
So I'm so happy that you said that last point, because that goes for most people that I meet in the virtual world.
So with that being said, how many other people are you talking to the way that you're talking to Kaylin?
That's tough to say.
You gotta think.
Honestly, like maybe 3.
You have 4 relationships going on right now.
I'm sorry, but the numbers sound so misconstrued. I would say
I think it's basic math.
Sounds basic to me.
3 plus 1 equals 4.
This is weird. Oh no, what?
It's her.
What? Hi, I'm Neve.
Tiana.
Nice to finally
Tammy.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You know Tony. Obviously, you're you, it's you in the picture, so it's confusing to me why we're here. What's up with all of your profiles? We found like an older Facebook and a
Oh yeah,
couple
probably
Instagram
from a long time ago when I was
pages.
younger. That's my Facebook since I've been an adult. The other stuff is like when I was younger.
Okay, fine. And you have a son who's 2?
Yeah.
And that's it, just one son?
Yeah.
What do you do for work?
I work at a nightclub.
Dancing.
No, it's like bartending and stuff.
Have you ever been in the Navy?
No.
It does say you're in the Navy.
Yeah, I know.
So that was a lie.
It says that because I was going to the Navy. It was a process. I never went to my boot camp. So, no. My son's dad is in the military. That's what I do.
And then do you work at Target?
No. I told you I worked at Marshall's, Walmart. Maybe you're getting stuff confused because I never worked at a Target.
Very different.
Who is Siobhan?
Yeah.
Is she your roommate?
Yeah.
But on your Facebook page, you post a photo of a card. That's your car.
Well, that's her car.
But you posted it as if it was
got my
your
car.
car.
No, my caption said this car is popping.
It said new car popping.
I guess it's Siobhan's new car? I don't know.
I mean, that's just how I talk.
It's been 2 years since you first started talking to Tony.
Tony,
What is going on with you guys? Why haven't you FaceTimed?
honestly, I was going through a situationship, but he knew about
Okay.
that. And I was living with my son's dad. We was
I know, but
co-parenting.
you can find 5 minutes to. Is this a relationship that you were serious about at some like?
We friends.
Okay, but Tony describes this relationship a lot differently. So at the beginning, or at any point, did you think that this could be more than friends?
Yeah, back then, yeah.
So towards the beginning.
Yeah.
But is it totally wrong of him to think that there's something between you?
Yes, because I've told him about dudes that I'm talking to. I always unfriend you. I have unfriended you at least 30 times.
Never.
What?
Never. Never.
I wish I could prove it, but I can't, obviously, because we Facebook friends
Never.
now.
Right.
But I have
Never.
deleted you a lot of
Never.
times, Tony.
Never.
Have you flat
Well, how
out
could you
told him,
possibly-
like, I'm not interested, stop calling me,
Yes, there
stop
have been
talking to me?
times where I told Tony, stop calling me, stop texting me. Have I or have I not?
You only told me one time.
Okay, one time. And what you do? You still hit me up, right?
Cause if you hit me up, I call back.
Oh
you hit
my
me up.
God. So I call you.
You called me that day talking about something about some. I don't know what the you was talking about.
Tony,
it was a minute ago.
you sound dumb. And honestly, you push it. You're extra. You're disrespectful. I mean, you said I was a thought. So
What?
Nah, I said
you said I knew you was a thought. What was I doing to make me a thought?
you talk to hella people. What you mean?
Okay, but you lied about a kid.
I never did lie.
You told me you didn't have a kid, and then a kid just appeared on your Facebook.
Wait, do you have a kid?
Yeah, I got a son.
What? How old is your son?
1.
That's something that you tell somebody that you supposedly talk to, right?
I can understand being confused and a little surprised and upset to find out that a guy that I'm talking to didn't mention that he has a kid. I'm surprised that I didn't know he had a kid.
Me and my baby mama wasn't talking. Me and my baby mama don't talk. We around 2 times, 3 times.
Did you know that your baby mom was pregnant when she was pregnant, or did you not find out that you had a kid until after she had it?
after.
Hold on a second. All of this is irrelevant if you don't actually have feelings for him.
Well, it went out the window once he
So
did
you
all
did?
that. Yep.
So your interest in Tony was real.
Yeah.
Over time, you just lost interest?
Yeah. Y'all don't understand. Tony can get annoying. As like, he blows me up, and I don't like that. To be honest, I even told you, I could be busy. I could be busy with my kid. When you blow me up and call me like 10 times, I just feel like you've been stalking me.
Can we see some of the messages?
Okay, so that's Tony. Tony 2 times, Tony 25 times.
But you're saying he blows you your
He
phone up a
blows
lot?
me up. He do stuff that he don't need to be doing. Like, I don't like that blowing me up stuff. I don't like that.
We see the phone records.
Clearly, there's more to the story. There's 2 sides for sure. Maybe now we can talk to you guys separately and just sort of feel this out as to where we're gonna go with this. Is the best for each of you?
Yeah.
All right. We'll see if we can dig a little deeper.
You've got some explaining to do, buddy. So clearly there are bits and pieces of the story that you have been leaving out for whatever reason.
Everything
Because-
was the truth. Tiana just lying.
But how is it the truth if you're telling us that you didn't hit her up today, you didn't call her, except for the one time.
I did call her one time.
You didn't blow her up, but you texted her all that like, come on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, because I wanted to know answers. That's all I wanted.
Yeah, but that's fine. But at the same time, like if somebody's not responding to you, at some point you have to take a hit.
It's clear that you have over and over again engaged with him.
Yeah.
Somehow he got the impression that you guys were much more serious than you thought. But like, you understand that you've given him mixed signals over the last 2 years.
Sometimes.
Is that fair to say? I mean,
Kind of. I mean, I don't want to call him a stalker or nothing like that, but he is delusional, so.
You say delusional, is that because you think he's crazy to imagine that he has a chance to be with you?
He's just like, he claims me in general. Like, he tells people that I'm his girl. I think that's delusional. You know that we're not in a relationship. We've never been in a relationship. Right. And we never discussed it like, oh, we're gonna be together and stuff. I've never told Tony that, ever.
Now you need to be really, really clear with him.
Okay.
Because if you're not interested in him in a relationship, you need to make that very clear to him.
Okay.
So what's up with calling her a thought?
I don't know. She was acting like a thought. She do be acting like a thought.